view it later. Okay, today is the last section for queries in Business Central and how we can use them. I'm going to share my screen. Today's session is going to be very short since we were only left with one thing last week before we ended, and then we'll look at a few questions and then we'll be done. Please let me know when you're in position to see my screen. Okay, so the last section that we're looking at is aggregating data in query objects. We had gone over this in the first presentation, the very first presentation, and I had shown you how it works. I'll just go over them again, and we'll then move on to the questions. Aggregating data is used to do calculations on fields and then return a calculated value to the data set. And we use the method property, and it's set on columns. So you cannot set it on the data set directly. You can only set it on the column. You can set it also on the filter set. You can only set it on the column. So it won't work on the data set directly, the data item directly, and it won't work on the filter set. So we have five aggregate data types that are recognized in Business Central: sum, average, minimum, maximum, and count. Okay. So how the sum works is it does the total for you of all the values, the record on the column that you've specified. Average does the sum of all the totals of the particular column and divides it by the number of row items to produce the average. Minimum gets the lowest possible value on the column data set. Maximum gets the highest possible value on the column data set. And then count gets the total number of items for which you have specified that property to work on the data set. So how that's specified is here, our Business Central. Like I mentioned, you can only specify it on the column. You can't specify it on the data set, on the data item directly, and neither can you specify it on the filter set. So you'll specify the column that you want to have it computed for and specify method, whatever method you want, and then publish. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that looks here on Business Central when we run it. I go to the payment vouchers. And then I'll run our query. Okay. So when you look at your query data set, I've opened it in pivot mode. And I'm just going to select a few lines here. I'm going to sum up on the quantity. So you'll notice, maybe before we even do that, let's break it down for one specific number column. And I'll add filter where number is that. Okay, so filtering here, you'll notice that what it has done for me is what it has done for me here is that it has given me, because I've filtered to one payment requisition, I have my values at the bottom right corner of the screen. If you can see them, I've highlighted them. All right. We have our average, we have our count, minimum, maximum, and then the sum. All right. So the average is got by computing the total, because remember we said this is applied at the column level. It cannot be applied directly on the data set level or on the filter level. All right. It's only applied at the column level. So it's summing up this here.
Watch, we lost you for like 30 seconds.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, and yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that okay, you lost me 30 seconds ago. So I was saying that this is applied only on the column level. It's not applied at the filter level unless you do a specific query to give you the total sum, and then you create a column for it. Okay. But out of the box, the method property only applies on the column level. So the first was sum. The first method that we looked at was sum. And I said sum computes the totals of all the values in that specific column that you've specified. So this is the sum here. 200 plus 25 plus 3 million gives you this total sum, as you can see at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, as 3,225,000. So as on the average is the sum of all the value items in that specific column divided by the total number of row items. So this, if we just do our calculator and we say 3,225,000 divide by 3, you get 1,075,000, which is the same value highlighted for us, the average column. Minimum is the lowest possible amount of value in the highlighted column data set. And as you can see, our minimum by default would be 25,000, which is what's specified here. By virtue of the fact that our minimum is 25,000, our maximum would be the highest value in that specified column data set, which is 3 million. And then lastly, the count is the total number of items of values, raw value items, which are specified in that data set. So that is aggregation, and that was the last part, which we had to cover. I'll go back to, so we looked at the reports already last week. I'll go to the last section, which is the review and question section for us. So just annoy this comes up. Okay, so if I look at our review, okay, so I'm going to let the people on the call answer these questions. Okay, so do I have on the call? The first question will be for Joseph. What property do you need to set and to what value to specify a row in the parent data item is skipped if it contains no child rows? First option is set SQL join type to left outer join. Second option is set SQL join type to right outer join. Third option is set SQL join type to inner join. And the last option is set SQL join type to cross join. So basically, they're asking if there are no child rows, what SQL join type should we use if we also want to skip any values in the parent data item?
I'll go with 3.
With
Set SQL join type to inner join.
inner join. Okay. Irene, how do you specify that a query should only return the year from a date column? Option 1, set the method property to year, set the method property to date, set the method property to month, set the method property to day.
I'll go with A.
A. Okay. The last question, which isn't a valid totals method for a decimal column in a query? Option 1 is sum, option 2 is count, option 3 is minimum, option 4 is exists. Emma Magova.
The last one. It
Okay.
exists.
Okay, so we'll check our answers. And I can see that we've got all of them correct. Okay, so that's it for queries. And that's it for our presentation for today.
Thank you very much for watch. I don't know whether the team has any queries. Is Kim on the call? No, he's not on. So I just want to show you how far we've moved. I don't know whether I can see my screen. Okay. So Kim still has some pending items. And Gilbert, unfortunately, none of them is on this call. But to ensure that the pace is not affected, I'll first keep these 2 people. I can't fully rely on them. Then I think next week, SPK shall have you present this. This was supposed to be for Lambert. By the time I distributed, I didn't know that he will be leaving. So speaker, you will prepare for next week XML reports. Then after SPK, SPK is appearing twice. But I remember SPK, you presented these. I recall this was presented. So it is queries. Then after SPK, I think I'll be the one following with this. Okay, maybe before I come in, I don't know whether Lynn, you'll be ready. I gave you a few things for Kim. I don't know whether you'll be ready. After SPK, then we have you. Okay. So SPK, then Lynn. Then after Lynn, I'll be continuing with this. Then after this, I think we shall go back to, so that I have these other people. Again, Alan, Joseph, and then finally Colin. So the target was to have this done up to March, but I can see March is already gone. So for us to move faster, I schedule these meetings to be daily, with the exception of Monday. So meaning that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday shall be meeting to see that we can move faster. Then I'm also going to look for some questions. I'll try to fix some more time where we can go through the questions and ensure that at least by end of this month, we've gone through all the required documentation and then plan to sit for the exam. Yes, so as I've already told you, what we do here is not enough. It's just to, it isn't enough for the person who's presenting because they make thorough research before they come in. But for the rest of us, we expected to go and read more. Yeah, so thank you, Watch. I look forward to seeing you utilizing the queries. I don't know whether you've started utilizing them in in the applications or reports you design. But I think right now we should be in position to utilize them. And other members who have attended this meeting. Yeah, thanks, guys. And I wish you a great day ahead. Bye-bye.